Hello, friends, benders and non-benders alike. Welcome to Braving the Elements, Nickelodeon's podcast about all things Avatarverse. I'm Janet Varney.
And I'm Dante Basco. And Varney, I know this is an episode that we're both been very excited to do for a while now.
Absolutely. It's been in the works for a long time, and we are so psyched to have it. We're tucking it in this third season of the podcast. So we're really happy about it.
Yes, today we're going to be able to talk more in depth about something we mentioned in Braving the Elements.
Yeah, like you know those times when we're like, how do we just like, can't we just like live in the Avatarverse?
Right.
How do we just like immerse ourselves in it 24/7? It's like, how do we do that?
Exactly. And for a lot of us, that experience comes through gaming.
Yeah.
And so we're excited to get into the world of gaming.
Yes,
and the Avatarverse.
Absolutely. As long as we acknowledge that it is a real place and that the gaming is the doorway into a very real universe that is 100% real, exists, and is not fictitious.
Yes, it is very real.
It's very real.
I think that's why we love it, because it's so real.
We've talked about it before. This is how you expand your universe. When you have an amazing world that you have taken such time and care to build, and it has rules, and it has gravity and physics and all the stuff we've talked about with Mike and Brian, that's how you're able to kind of expand, and it starts to feel like anything is possible.
This very real universe. And through gaming, we get to play in this very real universe.
And through this podcast, we get to talk about it, and this podcast actually has a little bit of history with our very special guest today. We are going to be talking to someone who helped shape this podcast and made it possible for it to be here at all. And then he went on to do what he's doing now, which is head of global games and emerging media for Paramount. Back in the day, Doug Rosen was at Nickelodeon doing the podcast with us. That's a song now.
Welcome, Doug. Welcome to the podcast.
What's up? Hey, guys.
It's so good to see you.
Oh, my God. This is surreal.
I know, isn't this crazy?
This is surreal. This is crazy.
We're all grown up.
You are.
Back in the day, it was
I'm
really
so proud.
Just first, it was you two. And then I kind of
we were just reminiscing. We're like, we're sitting in a studio doing video and stuff, and we were just like zooming it up.
A lot of Zoom.
On our home computers.
Yeah.
This whole thing started. When did the podcast ideate?
Man. 2019, I think, was the first time I talked to Janet about it.
So.
Yeah.
And we kept talking about it, and we started kind of building it out.
Right.
And
you called me like 2020-ish.
We got you roped in
to like around 2020, and then it was like you guys out there. It was literally us three.
It was.
Is this what we're doing?
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
we're doing it. We're doing it.
Crew.
It didn't feel like anybody was even checking for us.
No,
like,
they didn't.
Just like, you guys do whatever you guys want to do.
Oh my gosh. But you really championed us from the very beginning.
Yes.
And your enthusiasm was always so encouraging, and you were always like looking for ways to kind of grow us and get us to do live stuff and getting us at Comic-Cons and everything.
You were
you're
there.
like a dad of the podcast.
Are a dad.
Oh no, I can't. No. I can't be that. There's two
dads.
There's two dads.
And then we have Uncle Doug.
And Uncle Doug. Like Uncle Ira, Uncle Doug. There you go. I'll take it.
And we appreciate all that, Uncle Doug. And then Uncle Doug said, you know what? I'm leaving you guys now.
Uncle Doug said, how about I take on a huge
because I'm going to do something else. Like, what's he going to do? Gaming? What? Come on. Like, that's never going to go anywhere. And now here we are.
Here we are. I know.
You are doing so much awesome stuff in the Avatarverse and the world of gaming. I can't even wait. I mean, starting with your shirt, let's just acknowledge the best ever, like
8-bit Avatar.
8-bit Avatar.
8-bit
you
Avatar.
know who every single character is.
Yeah.
It's like you immediately are like, yep, got him.
I have some of those 8-bit Zukos. People make
it
with the plastic
ones, right?
things, and they make them, and they have some on my
We'll get you a
desk.
T-shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. I think we can hook you up.
But I remember you leaving for gaming, and at the time I was like, what is he talking about?
What are you doing? Yeah.
What's Doug doing?
Yeah.
He's leaving for us.
Well,
for what?
at that time we could not be fully aware of what was truly in store for what was happening in gaming in the Avatarverse, and there's more to come.
I'm catching wind of it
already
today, and I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about it. And you're a gamer too. I know that.
I am a gamer. I play, people out there.
Yeah.
People out there.
They know.
They catch me.
They know.
On League of Legends, my gamer tag. I mean, my username, Rufio Zuko. Rufio Zuko. Although when I stream sometimes, like people camp me out, and I wind up on memes where they kill me. Like,
all right.
I remember I got killed this one time.
I gotta check this out.
And it was like on Tumblr back in the day. They're like, rest in peace, sweet prince.
Tumblr. Wow, that's
Tumblr
deep.
days. That's how long ago.
School. Yeah.
That's how long ago I've been streaming.
All right. Was there ever a time where it was going to be Zuko Rufio?
Well,
these are the hard-hitting questions we ask on this podcast.
We got to go in chronological order.
Fair.
Rufio Zuko.
And alphabetically, one could argue.
I know.
Yeah.
And, with the new games coming back, I was heavily streaming during COVID times, but you may, Doug, you may get me back to my streaming days.
Well, now we're going to pull you back in.
My Twitch was Honor Society.
Okay.
Honor Society.
I remember that.
Shout out to all the Honor
good.
Society people. We might have to turn that channel back on for these
I'm
games.
coming over. I'm the best gamer there is. I'm going to jump right in. Everyone's going to be awed by my powers
I can't
and
wait.
my skills.
I
I'm
can't
going to
wait.
be like, let's see. If I were doing the New York Times crossword, I would probably approach that like this. Watch out, everybody. I'm on Fortnite.
There are,
It's a big leap.
It's a big leap,
Yeah.
but I think we'd have
Sure.
fun. We'd have a good time. We'd have a good time.
Well, now I know. Next time we need you two to play along with the game. We're going to do it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Done. Easy.
I make feelings so fun and cute and funny.
We need that.
And then, because you know what? One
I'm
thing I
not
do want to
great
talk
either.
about is that I would like this episode to be a place that welcomes in people who are very experienced gamers,
Right.
and also people who feel there might be some sort of like experiential barrier for entry. You know what I mean? That are
Right.
like, maybe they are excited about, they love the Avatarverse. They would love for the Avatarverse to help be kind of their gateway into gaming, doing more.
Smart. I like that.
So I think we'll talk about it from the level of somebody who has done a bunch, and then also from the level of somebody who might be like,
Yeah,
well, I
of
haven't
course.
heard of this, but what's it like? You know what I mean? Or something like that.
All the people that watch me stream know I'm not that good.
But you are part of the Honor Society.
but I'm part of the Honor Society.
And that's
right
very
here,
important. It's very important. So we love this universe. We love our Uncle Doug. I can't believe we just
Uncle
coined
Doug.
that right here
Wow.
on the
Wow.
show. This is how it all happens. So you're seeing everything from the gaming side, but obviously you have to have some knowledge and appreciation and love of the Avatarverse going in, because you know that the kind of iconic personalities and skills and the world itself all has to make sense. It all has to translate into gaming.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
from not even necessarily from a gaming perspective, but just from a enjoying the show perspective, we're going to ask
Oh,
our
no.
big three
Here we go.
questions. And
Here we
maybe
go.
a couple
You have to.
more.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Right?
Let's
I mean,
go.
Here we go.
Let's find out.
Who is your favorite character from Avatar: Last Airbender? First series.
First series?
First series.
Only first series.
Only first series.
Book doesn't matter, though.
Book doesn't
Book doesn't
matter.
matter.
Yeah.
Any book's good.
I mean,
We're in book 3.
We're in the Book of Fire at the moment. But
And I'm going to go ahead and say you could say more than one favorite if you have more than one.
Yeah.
I don't like picking just
yeah.
one.
Well, it's hard not to say Zuko, but I'm going to go Uncle Iroh.
Of course.
Uncle
also,
Iroh is my guy.
Uncle Doug.
I love him.
Understandable.
Uncle Doug
Iroh.
picks Uncle Iroh. As
Uncle Iroh.
you should.
He's the best.
We all aspire
Yeah.
to be Uncle Iroh.
He is.
He's the greatest.
And he's
He
family.
is the greatest.
And he's Fire Nation.
Yeah.
And he's Fire Nation.
Fire
That's
Nation.
never
Good
going to hurt
folks
your
in the Fire
feelings.
Nation.
He
Good
is.
folks in the Fire Nation.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anybody else that you especially enjoy?
I mean, he's my favorite. I would say big Momo fan too.
Yeah.
How do you not love Momo? He's the best. And then Toph. Toph is I love Toph,
Toph is
right?
Great
Awesome.
character.
I know.
Great
I
character.
know. We're spending a lot of time now even just thinking about Toph in gaming and just who she is as a character and her skills and how do you approach it from that perspective, and like she's the best.
She's the GOAT.
She is the GOAT.
She is.
She's probably OP. She's probably OP.
She is. Yeah, it's
I mean,
okay.
She's the greatest of. She created metal bending.
Isn't that incredible?
She created metal bending. And also, like, the way that we meet Toph is in a gaming environment. So you already have this
She's in
sense
the
of
arena.
her being
That's right.
competitive.
I know.
And testing, waging skills
know.
against skills. And, so all of that, like, very much makes
Blind
sense.
Bandit.
She
The
would
Blind
love
Bandit.
it. She would love being like, this person chose me, and now I'm going to kick some butt.
That's right. Toph bending arena. There you go. I mean,
so
just throw her
good.
in there against the competition. It's fantastic.
Blind Bandit.
Yeah.
All right. You mentioned that you were a Momo fan. Does that mean that Momo is kind of your choice for a hybrid animal? Do you have
I'm
more
like
on
I'm
that?
like a lion turtle guy. I feel
Yes.
like that's hard not to
I mean,
go
from
there.
an Uncle Iroh fan.
I know,
Lion
I
Turtle,
That
know,
makes
lot of
sense. That
knowledge,
tracks.
lot
That
of
tracks.
wisdom.
Yeah, so much of the mythology is built off the lion turtle, so I gotta
Absolutely.
go. But
a great
but
choice.
Momo's second.
What about Appa?
I love Appa. I feel like Appa's.
Who doesn't love Appa?
Everyone says Appa.
But what about that heavy sigh? Oh, that's
Everyone
what the heavy
says
sigh
Appa.
was. That
Everyone
was
says
everybody
Appa,
loves
yeah.
that Appa.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, so I
We
got to
do
go a
love
little
him.
deeper.
Understood. Momo does. I will say that it's true that Momo does not get as much love.
He doesn't.
At least not on the show from people we talk to. I feel like Momo does not get as much love. He's also kind of
I mean,
less omnipresent in some at some times.
True.
And like the whole point, like you have to.
He's
I mean,
only
the only way you get anywhere
he's
is
only
on
not
Appa.
omnipresent because he's actually always there, and you forget that sometimes he's always there.
But he's not. No one's writing on him.
No,
no one's watching him get tired as he tirelessly is taking people like across the oceans.
I always love me some Momo Vision.
Oh, we love Momo Vision. We love when we get to see the world through Momo's eyes. We love when we get to hear D. Bradley Baker be the voice of Momo, as he is already the voice of Momo, but in Nightmares and Daydreams, we actually hear him. We hear the human version of Momo, and when we watch it, we're like, yeah, that is what Momo would sound like. Good job, D.
Sounds
surprise,
good.
Surprise.
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, everybody did a great job on that one.
You, my friend, are just a few plums short of a fruit pie.
Any other questions?
No, we get to some heavier questions.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I would say
I thought we were
have some
done.
other questions.
No, we're not done. We have some big questions. One being, who do you ship
Oh my God.
in the Avatar?
Now, you could forego the controversial ones. You could do more of a peripheral ship.
What do you think?
Are you going to wade in?
Can I say Uncle Iroh and his muscles from season 3?
You can say that.
Swole Uncle Iroh.
Swole Uncle Iroh.
I feel like that's the way to go.
Uncle Iroh.
Yeah.
He was working
Immediate
hard.
image of him kissing his
I
biceps
know.
when he
He was working hard out. He had that real prison workout going on.
He did. You know, there's a real workout online you can do. The Uncle Iroh workout. Yeah.
Of course
Yeah.
there is.
That I saw
I'll send to you.
I saw the pull-ups for sure. I don't know what else he was doing.
Yeah.
Burpees probably.
I don't know. He looked good though.
He was
great.
killing
good.
it. And the added bonus of not just getting cut when you're in prison, but also hiding it from everyone.
I know.
So that when that reveal happens, it's almost like he knew he was on a show and that everyone's going to lose their minds.
He never had a real love interest. I think we missed that. Maybe there's an opportunity.
I mean,
to do that.
there are people that would ship him with
Aunt Wu.
But if I have to go like old school cast, it's Toph and Aang. It's Tang.
Tang.
I just, a fun one.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that though. I thought that for a while too because she kind of has a crush on him.
Yeah.
And you know, they're both kind of small. They were like.
I think she's too much for him though. I think she would. I don't know. I think she.
Yeah, I think
after a couple of years, she'd be like, "I'm good."
Toph's a lot for a lot of people. I would think.
Yeah.
She's great.
But I love them together. It's a great relationship.
Twinkle Toes, and Toph.
Twinkle Toes. A lot of people feel that when you give someone that many nicknames, or if you like, the nickname is such a sign of affection,
right?
Masked in the cloak of like sarcasm, often.
Yeah.
The sort of teasing, that kind of thing. That totally makes sense. That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
so
what's the big question?
What else you got?
We also need to know
Yes.
what kind of bender you would be. And I'm curious to know if, like, you know, like when we had David Burka on at New York Comic Con, he kind of had a different answer for like what he wanted to be and what his kids said that he would be. So I'm curious if everyone in your family would agree with what you would say the kind of bender that you are.
Oh man, well, I would love to say I'm a water bender and I go with the flow. It's not quite that easy.
Okay.
I think I'm more of an earth bender.
I agree.
I feel like more of an earth bender.
I agree. I would not put you as a fire bender.
No.
I would not put you as an air bender.
My kids might say fire.
That just means you're doing your job.
I don't know. They think they have a hard life. They don't.
Dad's a fire lord.
Yeah.
Oh
no. I feel earth is the way.
I think that absolutely makes sense. That is how I would characterize you as
good.
well.
There you go.
Shout out to
Earth
Earth Kingdom.
bender.
Shout out to Earth Kingdom out there.
And I've said this before, but like I always with Uncle Iroh, I don't mean to, this is no shade on the Fire Nation, but he's like kind of all of he feels like an avatar a lot of the time.
He does.
He wants to be in Ba Sing Se with his beautiful tea. He's
loves
funny.
Ba Sing Se.
He's enjoys the finer things in life. He's so I feel very like Earth Kingdom about him.
But he's also he learned how to
the Dragon of the West.
He's Dragon of the West, but he also learned how to bend lightning from the waterbenders.
From the waterbenders. And he has a connection to the spirit world. He can see the spirit dragon. That feels very airbender-ish.
He's a very mystical man.
He's very peaceful.
He is.
He's
Uncle
very
Iroh's
honest.
a very mystical man.
That tea shop. I love that tea shop.
know.
I love that tea
Shop's
shop.
phenomenal.
I know.
And Zuko's brief,
Yeah.
happy days. Where
Short.
it seemed like maybe life was going to be a little simple for a change.
They got better though. At the end,
It
they got
better.
better.
Definitely gets better.
It got better.
Yeah.
I mean, Zuko,
But a lot of responsibility. I'm just saying he
I
could have
know.
used a longer vacation
I know.
before he became the Fire Lord.
You know, it's like when you get
It was
older.
nonstop for him.
You're like, remember when we had no real problems? We thought we had problems, But we had no problems. And then you're older, you got some real problems. Like, what happened those days?
But can I tell you something?
When I just had a tea shop.
I would not go back to my kid problems for anything because they felt so much scarier and harder than like the quote unquote real problems we have as grown-ups. So I don't think I would trade.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
You're like, not paying mortgage, interest,
yeah, no accountability.
There's something under my bed.
Right.
There may or may not be something in my closet.
Somebody picks up my laundry every day. That's a good thing, right?
Yeah.
You're like,
I get it.
I know. Those days you're like, I just had to apologize to that person that I don't want to apologize to.
Oh, man.
I feel like there's a great story behind that. But unfortunately, we
us.
don't have time for here on Braving the Elements today because we want to talk about games.
All right, let's do it.
I know, there's probably stuff that you can't tell us. We're hoping that you'll give us some tidbits on upcoming stuff. But I do feel like just based on kind of preliminary conversations that we've had and seeing what's been bubbling up and what the fans are so excited about, I feel like this is maybe the most exciting time to be an Avatar fan and a gamer. Is that fair to say?
I could not agree more.
Because you are up to a lot over there,
We're doing a lot. Yeah. No, I have an incredible team. And look, honestly, Janet, back to your first point, most of us are just fans, right? We love the show. We love the series. We love where it's going, right? We love that we're now at this moment in time where it's like this cusp of something we've always known has been coming. Yeah. Right? It's beloved. And so we feel honestly lucky to be able to work with it. We work with lots of IP. We have SpongeBob and Ninja Turtles and all that, but Avatar is always at our heart. And so I think if you look at like what's coming, and we'll talk through it over the next few years, it's born from that place, right? And that's fun, and they're fun, and they're immersive, right? And that's really where it starts.
Absolutely.
And it's a phenomenal time, dude, because it's like we're saying, it's like a perfect time. It's a world that we've all kind of been a part of, all the fan base, and it's been so real to us for so long. And for where gaming has come, because I know I did the voices for the original games.
I know, you did.
And the toys, and it was
a long time ago.
And that was a long time ago.
Different years.
Those games,
web games.
I would not say to go back and play those games. It's fun, nostalgia, but it's not what's possible today.
Well, the technology's changed so much. You know what's funny though? It's that so many people who grew up with the series are now game developers, and they're actually in positions and places where they want to make these games.
That makes sense.
It's made our job so easy because we have conversations and you're constantly shocked. Somebody says, "Oh, I love that show," or now I've introduced my kids to it, and I have this idea for some game I wanted to make around Toph, and they come in, and that love for it is exactly what we want.
They're like, I was 8 years old and I wanted this game.
They did.
Now I'm old enough to make this game.
It totally makes sense. It totally makes sense. And I think too, we were talking about it with your fantastic 8-bit shirt, which I also need one.
Done.
But this idea of like, yes, the technology has come such a long way, but that doesn't mean that we don't still hold on to the nostalgia of some of the classics.
Yeah.
So those conversations are also happening, right? Like I grew up with this show. I might have grown up with this type of video game. I'm not saying I want to play this exact type of video game, but I want to see how it can be integrated into what we can do now and be playful with it and be joyful about it. Like I feel like I'm kind of starting to see that a little bit too, right?
You are, yeah. It's like it's celebrating that love, right? Things that we've always known about the characters. We wanted to know more, and I think almost an homage back to the series that we all knew, but in this modern way, right? Yeah. And at the same time, we're thinking about where things go, right? So as Mike and Brian continue to build out every incredible thing they're doing, we're trying to work in lockstep with them to make sure that we also deliver on that, right? Yeah. So I honestly pinch myself. Like I get to make video games for a living.
Yeah, amazing.
12-year-old me with my Nintendo playing Super Mario Brothers. It feels very lucky, and to work on this is incredible.
I've been certainly hearing from a lot of people how much they're enjoying playing a character that I had the opportunity to voice back in the day. So people be talking about Fortnite.
They are.
People be talking about Fortnite.
The skins dropped on Fortnite. Definitely blew up the internet.
So
I got so many messages about it right when it dropped.
Exactly.
And it's amazing. So I have not played it yet because I'm in the middle of a move and my whole gaming setup is a little bit in disarray. But as soon as I get it back up, believe me, I will be streaming.
Hook you up.
I'll be streaming some Zuko.
Love
sure.
it. Yeah.
That is our team Avatar through and through. It's undeniable. I would say Aang looks a little more. He's like a little
grown
taller.
Up. Yeah,
maybe
seems
a little
mature.
more.
They're all a little grown up.
Yeah,
they're all aged up a little bit.
I guess I noticed it with him first because he was like suddenly this.
He's not this little child anymore. I know.
He looks great. Everybody looks so good. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, we've been talking about this with Epic Games makes Fortnite. We've been talking with them for years about it. Actually started with Korra. Was the first character they went. Yeah, because they were doing a battle pass around female warriors, and they have people who work at the studio who love Avatar, and so Korra came up. So it really started there, and like, how do we actually do it? Truthfully, we waited a little while because we wanted to make sure, I think the most important thing is that bending feels right. Because ultimately, when you're in that world, it's one thing to look like the character, but you want to be the avatar. You want to be a bender, right? And so we spent the time, and their team did an incredible job building bending into it. So we took what was originally a very Korra-focused, called integration, into the game. And then all of a sudden, it exploded from there. And they said, you know what? We actually want to do all the 4 characters, right? We want to do Aang, we want to do Toph, we want to do Zuko and Katara. We want to build all the bending in. And we actually want to make it the centerpiece of what they call their kind of mid-season campaign.
Yeah.
So not to get too weedy, but Fortnite has different seasons, and they usually have a theme around it. And Avatar became kind of the centerpiece of the mid-season for them. And so they started with Korra, and then all of a sudden they had this really cool teaser that dropped on like why Avatar was even in the universe. They built the iceberg in the corner of their map.
So awesome.
It's so cool. And over the course of a week, the iceberg moves more slowly towards the coast. And so players were asking questions. And then all of a sudden you could play. And I think the most incredible thing we've seen is really just how people have loved being these characters, right? So to be an airbender and to fly around the map at top speed, I mean, that's the thing people love most. To be Zuko, to weave firebending, to try them all, and to tell their own stories. And I think, and I know we've shared some of the most incredible things we've seen are people taking those characters and making their own little short movies.
Yeah, I bet.
Right?
Yes.
So they're playing, but they're also recreating their favorite moments and then telling new ones.
So, okay, let's back up for a second. Just, again, for people who maybe haven't played Fortnite, it's been around a while. There are all these different iterations they can experience. You're talking about the seasons. What if you don't know anything about Fortnite? And like and then now we have a sense of how Avatar integrated in.
Good place to start.
What are you doing when you're playing Fortnite?
Fortnite. So Fortnite's been around for years. So Epic Games started it, but it's what they call a battle royale game. It's really simple. Think about 100 players get dropped into a map, and your goal is to win, to be the last person standing, right? And so you can drive vehicles, you fight other people, but ultimately you just want to be the last one. It's a lot of fun.
And you get to build.
And you get to build. That's right. They have a new mode now. You don't have to build for those of us who can't do it anymore.
Building impaired.
Building's a big piece of it.
Yeah, we're not great in building.
No.
These pros are building fast.
I know.
It's definitely a very beloved kind of enterprise, and people lost their minds when Avatar became a part of that, and it just created even more incentive for people to like super get into it and experience that bending.
It's the start of everything we're planning. I know, it's been great.
It blew my mind when I first, because we don't know, and then when I found out, when it hit my socials, my first thought was, oh, that's what Doug's been doing.
that's where he's been.
I was like, that's what Doug's been doing this whole time?
At least it didn't start another podcast. That's okay.
How dare he? That is amazing. Check it out. But that's not all.
That's not it, you guys.
That is not all. Let's talk about
Roblox.
Yeah, what's going on in Roblox? Roblox is a whole nother world.
Whole nother place.
Totally different feel of game.
It is. It's messy. It's fun. Do you know what Roblox is?
Yeah. Explain it to
us. All
right. So it's a big platform. It's a place that anyone can go in, make games, and have people come in and play it. There are millions and millions of not just kids, but people of all ages there every day. But the really cool thing about it is it looks like these, to your note on old school games. Like, they're not really pretty. They're just these really cool, fun games. And so it's almost like Legos. You can go in and build with it, right? And it's a great platform both to talk to...
Massively popular.
Hundreds of millions of people
Hundreds of
there.
millions. If you don't know it and you have a kid, they know it.
They know it.
Yeah.
And you spent a lot of Robux, trust me.
And
yes, you
have.
A
lot of Robux.
Yes, you have.
Everybody looks boxy.
They do?
Everybody looks boxy.
Yeah, a little
cool.
Super
a little
cute
8-bit.
and cool and fun.
Yeah.
What are the characters doing? They're bending. What do they have in the Roblox world?
Yeah, so when we wanted to make an Avatar game, I think the obvious one was, again, bending, right? And so there's this really cool genre called Battlegrounds games that do super well on the platform. We're actually working really closely with Roblox on this, but the idea is you drop in as a bender. You can choose your style, earth, air, fire, water. It doesn't matter. And you go out into this arena and you fight against other players. But it's really fun, kind of Robloxian fighting, so it's definitely meant for like all ages. And you can level up your character, learn new moves, and we're gonna keep adding more, right?
Can we add just a little more stats to the Fire Nation? Just a
little more.
Nobody.
Don't
tell anybody. We'll just hit it just a little bit.
Just turn it up.
Turn it up a little. We're gonna add a secret mode in there just for you.
Secret mode.
Oh, secret mode. You heard it here.
Have some secret mode.
Let me ask you this: Is it
Barry Sanders tech mode?
Barry
Sanders mode. Up, down, left, right.
Go.
AB. There you go.
Doug, because there are so many young people on Roblox too, is it possible that there will be kids who get introduced to the Avatarverse through Roblox and not the other way around? Like there could be.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
That's the thing. That's
very
you hit
possible.
it on the nose. That's
very possible.
And that was a real thought, right? It's this young generation coming in who's learning about it and playing for the first time, right? And this is the best place for them to do it. The nice thing too is then they can, go and play with their friends. It's really social.
Yeah.
And then hopefully go watch the series and do everything else.
That's the wild thing about gaming, as we know, like us in the industry, like years ago when gaming out, just made more money than movies.
Yep.
When that year happened and things started happening, where now you see like people, like things like Halo, things like so many other games where their worlds were built. Now they make the movies after the games.
Yeah.
The storytelling kind of changed. So it's kind of cool that some of us on the IP, on the film side,
go the other way
and can really make cool games and not the older games that we all grew up like 80s and 90s. The games from the movies were like kind of like commercials for the film, but nothing outside of GoldenEye. Special shout out to GoldenEye, which is top tier movie.
But that wasn't a movie game though.
Was it?
I mean, loosely, but you just got to go in and play with your friends, right? That was the fun of it, yeah.
But it was James Bond. It was marketed as a GoldenEye James Bond.
But imagine if you started playing GoldenEye before you had seen any James Bond, and then you would watch James Bond and be like, that's me.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
So if you start on Roblox and you're like you love playing as Toph, then you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and you're like, hi, I'm Toph.
It's wild.
Like I'm watching my own story play out now. That's kind of amazing. Talk about immersive.
And worlds like this where you don't have to stick to the characters, and you can kind of start building other things that go on.
You have your own, right? You can be your own earthbender, your own firebender. That's half the fun of it. That's part of the great part of Roblox too. It's self-expression, so we want to make sure we don't lose that as well.
I know you're so curious about like what kind of bender people choose to be most often.
We're gonna
see
that.
People building some firebenders.
Well, over the years, I've seen fans build stuff like within Minecraft. You go to some fans just built the Fire Nation. They built parts of the world where you're like, they just built it? They're like, they just built it.
We have an Avatar set in Minecraft, came out last year. It's amazing. Same thing. All people want to do is build. It's incredible. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, world building. World building.
It's all
what better
building.
world to world build in?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's wish fulfillment. You want to be a bender. You want to be in that world, right? It's incredible.
It's very true.
What I heard
was
chi
blocker. That's cool.
Not as many firebenders.
Shout out to Tylee.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What you heard is what? What did you hear?
Nothing. I didn't say anything.
What did you hear?
I didn't say anything.
Who told
but
you to
remember
say what?
how also people made Pi Show into a real game?
Oh, yeah.
So it just goes to show that we're world building across the board. We're all over.
I just signed a Pi Show board, the first one ever I ever saw. I was like, wow, this is a real board?
People are going to be, if they're not already, people are going to be playing Pi Show inside of
these games. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, it's almost like we should make a real Pi Show game.
It's almost, I mean, can we talk? We're talking to the right guy to make something like this happen.
Yes, indeed. Okay, good to know. Now we got to get into Realms Collide. I don't know why I have to whisper it. It's just like so dramatic. It's such a great name. Let's talk about Avatar Legends Realms Collide.
Doug,
yeah, this one's really cool.
About here. This is big.
Yeah, so this is mobile.
This is real. This is real.
This is real.
Okay.
This is real. This is launching very soon. You mobile gamers at all? You play on the phone?
I have a few things.
What do you play?
TFT for sure.
Okay, wow. Team Fight
Tactics. I'm a big league. Riot.
Your league, Riot.
Shout out to my Riot guys over there.
Okay.
I've also played Mobile Legends.
Yeah.
Big Mobile Legends guy.
Yeah, those are great.
Yeah, but TFT on the phone.
Yeah. So this is more of a strategy game.
Okay.
But it's really cool. So the idea is we're actually mixing together different timelines. It's not just about Aang, but Korra's in it, Kyoshi, different avatars.
Oh, wow.
So
Heaven.
they're all coming together. That's why it's called Realms Collide. There
Yes,
you go.
yes.
I like that,
Okay.
yeah. Into one universe to battle against a common foe, and there's a new villain in the game, which is really, really cool. And ultimately, you're working together to beat this. But the core of it is, it's what they call like a strategy build game.
Yeah.
So you pick your avatar or your fighter, and you build up your empire. And so you
Are we talking like Clash of Clans? Are we talking
Clash of Clans, but I would say a little more strategic. So think about like Age of Empires if you ever played that.
Yeah.
Right, Stellaris. Those are the kind of classic what they call strategy kind of 4X games, which are it's about exploring, it's expanding your empire, and then taking over the world. But it's cool
in a good way.
Don't
taking over the world. Ideas.
Are we taking over the world again? We're
not
really trying to take over the world like that.
Yeah,
not the whole world.
But that's another one where you can just go so deep. I mean, there are so many. There's so much. It's so rich. There's like stuff that it just blows my mind.
I'm big on
start
strategy
getting
games.
into the details.
I love strategy games.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna like this one.
I like strategy games because we're getting older.
I know.
This
one's cool
because
it's
build your legacy.
No, the thing is about when you're playing video games, people for they go, it's just a video game. Like, no, it's a sport. So a lot of these games, when you're playing against younger people, their reactions and stuff you're playing League of Legends, you're playing an esport game. They're outplaying you because they're younger and faster than you.
Yeah.
Strategies.
You don't need the reflexes.
No, you don't need the reflexes. You need knowledge.
But you do need to pay attention.
You need wisdom.
You're becoming an encyclopedia.
The wisdom to outsmart these youngins.
Like Uncle Iroh.
Like Uncle Iroh.
Comes back to Iroh.
Oh,
look at that.
Yes, very, very cool.
So I can't wait. I'm definitely downloading this game and playing this. Let's go.
You're going to like it. It's a lot of fun.
It's epic. You could just do that. So the hardest thing is going to be like tearing someone away from their mobile when they're in the middle of.
Yeah, it's the kind of game you're not going to want to put down, and we're going to keep adding to it, right?
My wife already yells at me. Stop it!
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, babe, this is for work.
This is our safe space. We're here to celebrate all that
Avatar
right now. Don't even worry about
it. This is Avatar.
You're
doing
for
work.
That's right.
Games are.
Oh, you're so.
My kids come into my office and playing video games. Like, what are you doing? I'm working.
I'm working here.
Yeah, I'm working. I know.
Amazing. Okay, so we have that.
Yep.
But we also have some stuff
we're
looking ahead at.
I know.
Ooh,
what else? What can we know? Anything?
Well, I wanted to come and at least share some secrets, share some of where we're going. I know. Well, there's a couple of things I think. And especially if you're a competitive gamer, Dante, you're going to love this one.
I keep saying, everyone who's played games and be like, this guy is no good. Hey, you guys, I'm pretty good. I've gotten better. Let's be honest. I enjoy it.
Well, I think we already signed you up to be our influencer for this game.
I'm 100% in. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it. So do you play Street Fighter?
Street Fighter.
Come on, shout out to Ryu.
Yeah.
Ryu is my classic.
Ryu is the best. Yeah. Street Fighter, one of the best fighting games of all time. So
the best, maybe.
Might be. Yeah.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat's good
great
too.
Yeah.
But Tekken or others.
Tekken, Martial on Tekken. You're bringing it
I know. You're there.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm there.
No, Street Fighter is like OG, like fiercely loved.
Yeah. And that 2D animation style is amazing. So we've been wanting to do something like that for Avatar for a while. So we have a game coming out next year.
Okay.
It's going to feel like Street Fighter.
Okay.
Amazing.
It's going to be incredible. You get to pick your bender. We're starting with 10 at launch.
What?
And
what characters are we? The gang's going to be there.
Yeah.
But we want to go deep with a wider roster, right?
I'm looking for. You know what I'm looking for.
Who are you looking for?
Of course,
Jet. Looking for Jet.
He's looking for Jet.
I'm always looking for Jet.
I don't know if Jet's in there.
I can't confirm or deny.
We don't know. We don't know. The rumors are that he's still around Bossing Say somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're spotting something every now.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
That's the correct answer.
6 feet under must We'll add him as a secret character.
There's rumors. It's like Elvis and Tupac. Like they've seen him. Sure. We've seen people said they've seen him around.
Absolutely, they see that one.
Is he Biggie or Tupac?
Biggie was down there. Biggie and Tupac's around.
Yeah. Okay. So you take it a little deeper than just those initial.
Just the core is beyond the core four. Yeah.
And we're gonna. So there. This is the fighting games. This is like my favorite stuff. So I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, and this is all right. You know these games. It's all about the mechanics, right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely for people who love that style. But at the same time, if you played Super Smash Brothers or games like that for Nintendo, it'll be approachable too.
Super Smash is great.
It is. But this is definitely a really fun fighting game. So
I can't wait to see what the mechanics are and what the special
moves
are going to be.
Like, I'm just thinking about. I'm already thinking about the sort of like. All right, what fire move's gonna be like?
Ultimate abilities.
Ultimate abilities. I want to see like what the joystick kind of stuff are gonna be.
We'll get you in early.
I can't wait to see.
You come test it next time you're in the office.
I love that. I love that.
Fantastic.
And now we got to add Jet as a secret character. So
secret. I mean, he has been spotted around bossing set.
He's a secret character in that you just in 2D see him walk through frame in the background. I think that was Jet.
I saw
you can't play as Jet, but you can see Jet in the background with a little strip.
There's got to be. I mean, Uncle Iroh's got to be heavy. I mean, Sozin's got to be. I mean, just talking about Firebenders, but.
I don't want to see anybody.
Azula.
I don't want to see anybody playing
Azula.
I have no sense of humor. I definitely am happy to see
lightning. Come on,
I'm happy to see some lightning.
Yeah,
I'm happy
I'd love
to
to
see
beat
some
Azula on the video game several times.
We're just gonna put that on a loop. I think
I would love to.
Yeah. Where's Dante? No one's seen him for 4 days.
Beating Azula
over and
nonstop.
Over and over.
Oh my god!
I heard him screaming. You think you're so great, sister?
We'll just do a marathon stream. Zuko battle Azula every time for the next 24 hours. Let's go.
Oh, maybe I'll play Azula. That'll be fun for you because I'm not very good. No, so you can be like, damn, this is almost too easy.
But hold on a second. When the avatars come in, come on, that's...
Yeah, you got to balance the characters.
You
know
how it is.
Avatars
come in.
Well, the thing is, though, the Avatar is good at all four, but Zuko's the best at firebending,
Okay.
so you have to go down that route.
But you know, if there was like an Avatar state, like Ultimate, you're like, come on, dude.
Game over at that point.
I mean, so maybe that's not being offered up going into the Avatar state. I don't know.
You have to unlock that.
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
I'm just excited to see them and really get to play the fighting aspect of it, which I think we've been dying to play this kind of game.
I know.
I think since the beginning of the whole
absolutely
the whole world started.
Well, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about new, but we're talking about mixing with stuff that is also beloved. That people are like, I want to see Avatar in this kind of context.
I know.
It's awesome.
And then people are gonna say, can we put him in Super Smash because we want him to fight against other people? And
I call Nintendo, see if we can do it. Yeah.
Or Marvel vs. Capcom,
Watch
Avatar
out.
Marvel vs.
Watch
Capcom.
out.
Yeah.
It become, I mean, this is where the gamers' minds go. It's like now we want to see them against everybody.
I know.
Of course.
I know.
Ooh. All right.
You
want to see like X-Men. You want to see like Mr. Freeze. Wait, Mr. Freeze, is that for Batman?
No,
that's Batman.
Hold on.
That is Batman.
It's okay.
What's the
Iceman?
Iceman.
Oh,
but yes.
Don't.
That's what
don't
happened.
And
it's been so great.
Don't. I knew what I was saying. I called myself on it.
She was right.
I called myself on it.
You called yourself on it, and you were right. About being wrong.
I'm going to see Rogue get some Katara waterbending skills.
Wow.
We're going crazy right now.
I love that. I love that.
All right. Let's talk about RPG.
Yes. RPG.
Ooh, there is something afoot
I know.
that we
What's going on in this world? You guys are going. You've actually been doing a lot, Doug. I didn't know what you were doing.
Oh my gosh,
he left us, and I had no idea.
He and his team have been very busy indeed.
Thought I retired, huh?
I just thought you left us like an ex-girlfriend and just lied to us. Like, I'm doing gaming, so whatever. Bye.
Okay. First of all, I'll just say, and I don't mean to be a snob about this, but if I were to be playing like a great video game RPG, I would want Avatar Studios to have, just because their stories are so epic and that's the nexus of where all the storytelling comes from. Is that too much to ask?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Tell us what are we talking about here?
Yeah. So this one's really exciting. We've been talking a lot about fighting, right? And that's great, and that's always going to be a part of it. But I think the thing from the beginning, when we were talking to Mike and Brian when they first came back, was how do we build a new story in a world that lets fans really go in and immerse themselves in it in a big way,
right now.
How do we tell an original story?
So what are we talking about?
Oh my gosh.
So RPG role-playing games,
yes.
Right? So we just announced this, but we're going to give you a little more dirt today.
Okay.
Give you some exclusives.
All right.
Oh my exclusives.
Okay.
We are making AAA, which is a sort of big budget,
open
world.
AAA is
open world action role playing game, right? Set in the Avatar universe.
Okay, are we talking PC? Are we talking PS?
PC, console,
it's
next gen,
across,
everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Oh, okay.
So this is the kind of big epic, big budget game that we dreamed. That I've dreamed, right?
Yeah.
As a fan, as somebody coming in, working on this is what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
So we're working with a great studio called Saber Interactive.
Okay.
Shout out to Saber.
Saber's the best, and we're actually we're funding the game alongside them.
Okay.
Which just shows you how much we love this because we really believe in it.
Yeah.
But this is the game I think the fans have always wanted, right? Drop you into the world, you get to create your own bender.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
So you can be whoever you want. We're not going to tie you down. And you're going to start your journey. It's set 7,000 years ago. It's an original story from Avatar Studios.
Okay.
Mike and Brian have been
original story.
Step
original
back from the mic for a second.
Open
to have
world.
That reaction.
Open world.
Open world. 7,000 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're going to get to
cracking open this whole new experience.
You're gonna
I have chills right now.
You're gonna have me turn on my streaming back on. We're gonna go do.
Oh
we're
never gonna be seen again.
We're gonna get to this 100+ hour gameplay situation.
Yeah, hundreds a lot, but it'll be. I think if you dive deep into it and you go on every side quest and you want to explore and you want to replay,
do want to.
You'll be able to
you've
spend
never
as much
seen me
time.
play open world. I get lost.
You're totally going to get lost. I'm going to come find you.
Oh, I get lost.
Here's my concern. I feel like I'm going to take 4 days to just decide what kind of bender to build out.
There's that.
Like I'm going to be so torn.
And there's a beautiful.
There are going to be so many. It sounds like there's going to be like options on
tons
all
of
kinds
options.
of stuff, like fluidly
There's
on
that.
gender.
Exactly.
God.
And then there's the beauty. I'm sure I can't wait to see with the world, because the beauty of the world where you just start walking around like, oh, this is beautiful.
Oh,
like,
I
what's
know.
going on
this
over
is a dream.
here? Let me go see this.
This is a dream.
You'll just get to wander around the Earth Kingdom, go into Ba Sing Se, explore around.
Can we
go
do
everywhere.
our podcast from inside this world?
That would be, why not?
I'm so excited.
That'd be cool. We should probably work that out. That'd be great. And maybe we can find a good tea shop in Ba Sing Se.
There might be one.
I'm so
I
down.
heard of a good tea shop in Ba
so
Sing Se.
down.
I know some folks out there.
I know.
Good tea.
And
Okay.
It's a really cool moment in time. I think, a volcano explodes and sort of
Really?
sets forth on this ice age, right? So
But not by anyone's doing, just by.
it's just a cataclysm.
Yeah.
So it's not like someone from
It's
the
not fire. No.
No.
We have a little bit of PTS from that. Okay.
Let's not blame everything hot on the
Volcanoes
Fire Nation.
happen.
Volcanoes
happen.
There are some lava benders out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a
You
few.
know
I
a
know
few.
a few.
You know a few.
Okay, so we have this mortal threat. We have a natural incident
Disaster.
That creates this threat.
Yep. And you find yourself as a new avatar. Won't spoil more, but you have to
There's
discover.
a new villain.
My Lord.
There'll be a new villain. You discover who you are in this world, and you go on a journey, right? And we're early,
gosh.
right? We're just in development, so we'll share a lot more, obviously. But that's the scope of what we're aiming for.
Is there any kind of, because this happens too with the shows, right? We want them when we want them because we're so excited about them. But the more detailed, the more rich, the more fabulous,
the more A's in
the
these
world,
games,
the more
the longer
A's,
it takes. The more A's
I
in
know.
the game,
That's
the
the problem.
longer it takes.
Loose, don't get to like at least set your calendar. Don't
know?
come at us earlier than blank. And then maybe around blank.
What
That's
year
what
are we
we'll
talking?
Be
What
about
year?
I would say 2027, 2028.
Okay.
So,
Y'all,
but again, like
that
all
sounds
things,
far away. It's around
it's
the
far
corner,
away.
dude.
I
It's
know.
far away.
It's also around
But
the corner.
don't hold us to it. Game dates always
Understood.
shift. We want to make sure it's good.
I
That's
know.
the
Why
most
is the
important
game
thing.
Understood.
daily shift? Why are the games?
Because it's hard to make.
in
man.
all the
It's
gaming
good.
world.
Yeah, it's got to be good.
I
gotta
haven't
test
seen
them.
a gaming
You gotta-
deadline
Yeah.
ever. No one meets any of these gaming deadlines.
It's good for us to have to wait for what we want.
Yeah.
It teaches
And,
us patience.
and you want it to be right.
You
have
know
one
gamers
And you
out
do
there.
want it to be right.
We ain't
You
never
do.
seen
You
a
do
gaming
not
deadline that
want to
hasn't got pushed.
cross a
We
gamer
ain't seen
with
a
a glitch.
deadline that hasn't got pushed in the gaming world.
I feel we've been waiting this long for a game like this. We want to make sure
Get
it's
it
right. For the
right.
You're
fans.
right.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Couldn't agree more. I
exciting.
can't wait to save that sweet world.
It's going to be great.
I cannot wait to save it.
I know. So I think Brian was so excited he actually drew up some mock key art. I think
Really?
we're going to show it
Are
to
we
people
showing?
too.
Okay.
I think we have the visual to show. So it's Ice Wars is the working title. We'll figure out what it is, but it
Ice-
gives
I
you a
cannot
sense
believe
of, like,
I cannot believe you're telling us this right now.
don't-
I just have to full stop for a
don't
second.
tell
Ice
anybody.
Wars.
We just
Ice
got this
Wars
exclusive
in Ba Sing
info.
Se?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm losing my
This is
mind.
the thing I love, because when you have the original creators involved in the game making, and then it's their stories, it's more stories of the actual world from the source.
That's it.
It's
That's
phenomenal.
the thing.
It's world
That's what
building.
I said with it.
I know.
Can we at least get Avatar now and
I
find
know.
out Brian's doing this mock-up for us? And
And it's intriguing me now, because we're in the Earth Kingdom.
Well, it's
but
all the
Ice
kingdoms. All
Wars.
four
Oh,
kingdoms.
we're doing all four
Yeah.
kingdoms.
All 4 kingdoms.
Okay,
Yeah.
and there's a volcano.
There's a volcano.
There's Ice Wars.
So maybe
We might have some kind of new adversary.
Well, and I don't know. I mean,
the world might
7,000
change.
years ago, civilization as it's been established when we first meet Aang, for example, or even going back further, the stories that we know a little bit about, you know, we know Kyoshi, we know Yang Chen. Like, what do we know? We've seen a little bit of Avatar 1, but what kind of world we're going to, you know, and you don't have to tell us this, but like, I'm just going crazy on like, what is the structure of civilization going to be like back then? Like, is it going to look the same? I doubt it, because we already know how much changed just in
You said 7,000 years ago. I don't even know how long ago is that? 7,000 years ago?
That's like many hundreds of
It's 2024 right now. 7,000 is, I
It's
don't...
like 1999, yeah.
That's right.
It's a long time ago.
We're going way back. Cassette tape is what we're talking about.
Cassettes, yeah.
It's going to be a big deal. Doug, I can't believe that you just. We feel really lucky right now.
No, I think
I'm just telling you two, right?
Yeah.
Oh
shoot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
You guys
That's
out there,
right,
don't tell
everyone.
anyone anything.
We wanted to
We're all going to keep it a secret.
I know.
Secret between all of us. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh, you really came with some.
I had to bring something.
Some gems.
I had to
very
bring
excited.
something. I had to bring
very
something.
excited
Oh
about
my gosh.
the whole gaming world. As excited as the fans are out there for all the animated stuff coming out, I think
know.
brings to another
Next level.
And there's a lot more, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we can't go into everything, but we're looking at VR, what we can do there.
Right.
We're looking at other types of games, things that are more narratively driven, things that are more casual. So puzzle games. We want to make sure we have something for everybody. And so over the next 5 years, you'll see a lot. So I'll come back when I can talk about more.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Everybody. Oh, okay. Try to have a normal day, I guess, now after
I know,
you
right?
heard about all of this. This is huge. There's a lot to put it all on your to-do list. Again, if you're an experienced gamer, we got something for you. If you're just dipping a toe in and for you, the Avatarverse is the reason to get involved, we got you.
We got some stuff.
We got you. Doug, thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us,
Uncle Doug.
Uncle Doug, thanks for coming by Braving the
We're
Elements.
sitting here because of you. We are learning about new stuff because of you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you both. I'm so excited to see where this podcast, little podcast,
This little
is going.
podcast.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and the fan reaction is incredible. I still listen every week.
Aw.
Of course I do.
We have fun.
You
I
helped
do.
make this.
No.
We have fun, and listen, we've been schooled by and had some amazing experiences with fans, listeners, watchers of the show
So much.
who've come on and been a part of it, and that's one of the things we love about it too.
I just
Like
listened to
bringing
the
everybody
Superfan
in.
episode. It was great.
yeah.
Oh,
But
good
see,
times.
now, from reviewing and talking about all the series and the books, going to comics, the novels, we're going to have to go into the games. We're going to have to go into the
I'm
games.
so there for it.
Talk about the games, play the games,
Yeah,
discuss it.
years to come.
Years to come. Maybe
Right.
play with some people out there.
Yeah.
I get my skills up. You get your skills up if you play with some. We have
I'm
to
gonna
represent.
be
We got to represent.
amazing. I can't wait. Doug, thank you.
you,
Thanks,
Doug.
everybody.
Thank you both. Thanks, everybody.
Did you know you can hear bonus episodes of our award-winning podcast?
Subscribe to Avatar Braving the Elements Premium on Apple Podcasts for early access, exclusive content, and ad-free episodes.
I'm so excited!